Good evening, YouTube. Brew by me. I'm gonna do a review tonight. Yes, I am, but it ain't a normal review. It's a little twist I'm gonna put on it. A little something, a little something new, a little mini series, I guess you want, if you want to call it that. I'm trying to get through a lot of the beers in the beer cellar, so that way I can start brewing again. I just don't have room to move really down there with all my grain and hops and stuff. So. This little challenge is going to be beer versus beer. Basically, what I'm going to show you, I'll explain it and then I'll show you the other one. So, this is Beaus All Natural Brewing Company. This is their fall seasonal. This is their night Marzen, so it's a night Marzen style beer. I don't see the ABV on there though. Oh, there it is, 5.5% ABV. Okay. So you see it. I'm going to flip it around now. And there you have it, November 25th, 2011. So that's a 2011 version of the beer. This one is cold. And now, Beaus All Natural Brewing Company, Night Marzen, 5.5% ABV. Turn it around, and this is a 2012. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Alright. So, I don't know if all of them are going to be that clear. As you can see, the first one was a little smudgy and stuff, and this one is warm, so the second one I showed you is warm. Now I'm going to do a little taste comparison. I only have one big Beaus glass, so I'll be using a broadhead one too. So basically it's simple. I'm going to pour both beers in the glass, and I'm going to review it side by side and tell you if there's any changes or if there's any differences, if letting it cellar for a year changed the taste of it, yada yada yada. So if you have any questions about it, just leave them in the comments box and I'll get back to you. So we'll start with the new one, the warm one, using my BB Bafla, Bubami. There's some nice smokage there. I don't know if you can see it. Put this one in the broadhead glass. Okay. I don't know how many I have that are 1 year and the next year, but I'll do my best at what I have. So this is the cold one with the Beaus glass. Oh, can you see the smokage there? No. So let's pour it in there. So this is the 2011 version. Okay. I'm going to flip it around. The color is exactly the same. Okay? See that? It's exactly the same. I'm just going to... Okay, there we go. Let's see if it works better this way now. I'm still getting the reflection, okay, but I don't think I can make it bigger. So, okay, I'm going to tell you the only difference is the one on my right, so this one, is a little hazy. Can you see that? This one was in the fridge. So it's a little hazy. And this is the one that's warm. So you can see right through it. You see that? You can see right through it. This one you can see right through it, but not as good. Okay? So the heads are about the same. You know, you got a finger and a bit of head on the cold one, so the 2011, and a finger on the warm one. Alright. So let's give it a smell. This is the 2011 version. There's some nice smells of sweet caramel toffee, a slight bit of fruitiness. Nice malt, sweet malts up front on the nose. A big caramel and toffee malts. Some nice fruity red fruits, apples, red apples. Okay, so this is the warm one, the 2012 version. The smells are fairly similar, except the fruity smells, like the red apple I was talking about in the cold one, is not as prominent in this one. But it's there. Okay? So room temperature, fridge. So they're both like an amber in color. Nice carbonation. One looks like it's unfiltered, it's just chill haze. The other one is clear. They smell fairly similar. I am picking up toffee and caramel off this one, the warm one, and a slight bit of that sweet red fruit that I was talking about. Okay. Other than that, they smell fairly similar, except the fruity smell is stronger on the cold one. So, without further ado, let's take a sip of the cold one, and we'll go from there. Alright, so you take a sip of this, the cold one, so the 2011 version, and right off the tip of the tongue you get some nice sweet caramel, toffee kind of characteristics, and it goes across your tongue, and it's a slight bitterness. As it hits the back of your tongue, it's like a nice earthy kind of bitter finish. Finish is quite dry, but it is fairly refreshing. I'm not detecting any off flavors whatsoever. The beer still tastes good. You know, there's no oxidation, there's no off flavors, there's no flavors that should be there. It still tastes fairly fresh. More mildly faint in the flavors and the characteristics, but that's what happens with age, right? Some nice lacing on the glass. So, the recipe is exactly the same for both beers. They didn't change anything. It's still the same malts and the same hops. And I think it's like a Pilsner malt, a Munich malt, Cara Munich malt, and maybe Cara Pils, not 100% sure for the malts. And the hops, I think, is like, I'm not 100% sure, because Beaus uses different hops, ones that are harder to find. But maybe like organic Perle or organic Pacific Gem, excuse me, with maybe Motueka, I think that's how you say it, I'm not 100% sure. So that's the malt profile and hop profile of this one, which is the 2011 version, the cold version. And like I said, there's really nothing wrong with it. still tastes good. It's really refreshing, a very easy drinking Marzen. It's along with the style of a Marzen. You know, it's a really good beer. I really enjoy Beaus. Actually, it's kind of like I'm kind of being biased, but Beaus is like one of my favorite breweries. The people there are nice and everything like that. So the staff are nice. The beer is good, and I like how the fact that he changes. He has like different brewers. Like he helps out the craft community. You know, I'm still waiting. I have to make my pineapple pale ale and bring him some, and we'll see. Maybe good things will come. So that's as far as the 2011 version. Beaus All Natural Brewing Company in Vankleek Hill, Ontario. Their Night Marzen, 5.5% ABV. 2011 version. It's still good. Tastes good. No off flavors. A little on the faint side, but not too bad. Alright, so I just filled up the glass, emptied the bottle. The head is back, so that's a good thing. So, now, the 2012 version. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a head problem. So, give me a second, get my rag. Alright, so the Beaus Night Marzen, 5.5% ABV, and that's the 2012 version. And focus. There you go. So, it's not cloudy whatsoever. It's see-through. There's a nice finger of head. It's kind of an off-white, beigey kind of head, small to medium bubbles. Nice carbonation arising from the glass. Very, very clear. Unlike the last one where it was chill haze to it because it was cold. Like I said, the smell is the same. You pick up the caramel, the toffee, and a slight bit of the red fruit, but I found that I picked up the red fruit a lot more in the 2011 version. But it's in here. So, without further ado, let's give her a taste. Again, it's an amber color, off-white to beige head. So, let's go. Alright, so you take a swig of this. Again, it's room temperature. And right up front, you get a slight bit of that nice caramel toffee. As it goes across your tongue, you get that nice bitterness all the way to the back. And that's like a bitter explosion. Mostly earthy. And it finishes quite dry. And then you're ready for another sip. Take another sip, and again you get the caramel, the toffee, and now you're starting to pick up that nice red fruit characteristic. It's a little more dominant, the fruit character, in the 2012 version than the 2011 in the mouth. The smell is stronger in the 2011 version, but the taste is stronger in the 2012 version. Again, with age, maybe that's what happened. Well, that's what happens, right? The beer mellows out. You can't do it with every beer, but I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a little kind of test run at a few mini series, I guess you can call it, Beaus versus Beaus. Like I have the Night Marzen, the Beaver River, the Bog Water, the Winter Brood, and a few other ones that are last year's and this year's. I'm gonna do a little review and see if anything has changed, if any characteristics changed, if the beer went bad, if the beer's still good, yada yada yada. Exactly what I'm doing now. And like I said, the 2011 version is really good. There's nothing wrong with it. The 2012 version is just as good. But from what the 2011 version was lacking, the 2012 version is not lacking. So there was more fruit smell in the 2011 version, not as much in the 2012. There was not so much of the fruit flavor in the 2011, but there's a lot of the fruit flavor in the 2012. Same thing, light to medium body, light carbonation, nice caramel malts. And again, like I said, the recipe hasn't changed. It's the exact same recipe, same yeast, same hops, same malt. So, what I said was there was like a Pilsner malt, Munich malt, Cara Munich malt, and maybe Cara Pils. I think is what they used. And it's either Perle and Mutaka or Palisade. I don't know exactly on what the hops are. Because Beaus has their own type of hops, so they don't really use the traditional hops. Like, for example, one of their beers has I think it's a Belgian Cascade. So it's like a Belgian Cascade. You can't find that here. So, anyways, I'm gonna refill this glass of the 2012 version. All right. So. The thing is when the beer is warm, like the 2012 is, there's a lot more head. Like the head just explodes. Like I pour it in and it's like ready to come out. So, whereas the 2012 version or 11 version, which as you can see right here, I haven't changed it. You see, it's a Beaus glass, broadhead glass. See, same color except this one's the broadhead one's clear. The Beaus one is not. But the heads are nice. The head's still sticking around on the 2011, you see? Nice lacing. And here's the 2012. So, there you have it. I did a little battle of the beers. I'm just trying something. I want to see how long these beers really last. Like I know there's certain beers, like I had a Traflager cherry ale. That thing went bad because it was like an explosion, man. It just kept going all over. And then I had the Tree Brewing Company in BC. I had their raspberry porter. When it was fresh, it was wicked. It was really good. And then I let it sit for too long, and it went bad. Like there was a lot of off flavors to it, so I didn't put that video up because I wasn't. Anyways, I'm not talking about the Tree Brewing Company. I'm talking about Beaus, and I'm saying I did it. I reviewed a 2012 version. Right here, this one, 2012. And a 2011 version. And honestly, there's not really any differences in either of the beers, except for the cold one has a chill haze, and the fruity characteristics is more in the nose as opposed to the mouth. And the 2012 version, the fruitiness is more in the mouth opposed to the nose. So there you have it. The first part of this mini-series complete. Beaus All Natural Brewing Company, Night Marzen. And I think I'm only going to be able to do it with the Beaus beers because like I said, it's my favorite brewery, so I buy a 4-pack or more depending on how much it is, and age them. So there you have it. My first Clash of the Clans, I guess, if you want to call it that. Cold versus warm, warm versus cold, a year old versus fresh, yada yada yada. And there was very slight differences, but nothing very off or upsetting. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, leave any suggestions or ideas in the comments box, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm going to finish these beers, and I'm going to come back with another review. Bye for now.